If anyone online has a question for Gio, click the raise your hand button and we'll get to your question. Gio, thank you for joining us tonight. Just to start us off, your overall thoughts on today's tough result.
Yeah, disappointing match. A game that we knew exactly how it was going to be. We knew Minnesota was going to just be defending and organized in the block, and we knew they were going to go for the counter. We managed everything well until the 93rd minute. And one little moment of hesitation between Alio, our center backs, maybe one play a little bit too high. The first ball, instead of playing central, should have been playing wide. So 1 second in the game, and then we conceded a goal after we had a very good performance. And then credit to them that they didn't make it easy for us to be able to, to find the goal. I mean, we created a lot of things. We shot 20-something times. Got to them. Created good moments. But at the end of the day, we knew that at this game, the most important part was their counter, and for them to find that moment in time, the goal for them to win 1-0 is very disappointing. So it's a game that it was already disappointing, the 0-0, because we wanted to win this game. We were giving everything that we had. The effort was good, the energy was good, and conceding the last goal at the end was just a frustration moment, and nothing. We gotta continue to work. The critics are going to just look at the goal at the end and not everything else good that we did, which is normal, because that's why the critics are there, to be able to, point out just the second on the only thing that we didn't do right in the game. And we need to be better, because a game like this at a home, we have to get 3 points. Even though, as I said, we knew Minnesota was going to be very difficult to break down, because that's how they play here all the time. That's it.
We'll open up to questions.
Hi, Gio. What do you think it's going to take for this team to kind of rally and try to find some consistency when obviously this result didn't go the way that you guys wanted?
Yeah, I think we have had consistency. I think consistency in the play was there as well. I think inconsistency was just a second at the last moment. So we cannot allow a team that didn't do much the whole game to just have one moment to win exactly at the end of the game. So that is not acceptable. If we analyze it from more of a soccer, point of view, we did many good things. We saw Seba play with Evander. We created chances. We were in the feeling at the moment that the goal could have come to be able to win 1-0, because we didn't feel threatened by them. But we knew at the end of the day that the only way they were going to score was on a counter. And right there in that last episode, there were a little bit of too many little things that needed to be better, and we lose the game in just a moment.
And one of the positives that I'm sure you noticed was Christian Paredes and Diego Chara. Obviously, their combination in the defensive midfield has been really strong for the past few matches. What can you say about what they brought tonight despite the result?
Yeah, I thought we played really well. And trying to break a very difficult Minnesota, block. I mean, that's what they've been doing. That's how they won against Houston as well. And a lot of the good things that we did came from the middle, from Paredes and Chara. And we knew that the two of them could manage a lot of the things. We felt that even though they had three central players, we didn't feel the extra men for them, because also we were finding a lot of the spaces around their defensive mid. I thought that every time that we switched the point of attack, we found either Paredes a little bit high up on the field or Evander. Then we got the ball wide. And then what we lacked was, just the right run inside, the right cross, and to be able to capitalize. But overall, I think one thing that we did really well was the the management of the two defensive mid, with the ball and without the ball. That's why, it's disappointing because we play a very good game. And conceding and losing it at this last second is frustrating. When already the 0-0 would have been already a result that we wouldn't be happy.
Gio, just to clarify on that last play, Ivic should have put the ball wide instead of up the middle. Is that what you were?
Yeah, listen, there's many things. Starting from me, I should have done things better at the end. Maybe should have organized some things a little bit better. So I always going to look at myself as better, but there were too many little things at that moment that could have been better. So it's not about one player or, it's just about an episode that happened, from all of us not to manage it a little bit better. And then at the end, conceding a game that we should have won.
I wasn't suggesting it was one player, but I am curious. Would you prefer he punt the ball wider? Was that what you were trying to
No,
say?
listen, sometimes it happens that, you look at some things, you try to analyze, and maybe, we couldn't high sign. It's always 2020. So maybe the ball could have been played outside, but, if that ball gets moving behind and then we score, it's a different situation. So I just think that it was unfortunate that at that particular moment, towards the end of the second of the game, that we allowed them to be able to concede on a ball that they just came back to the middle. They're kicking behind. It was a wonder ball because it wasn't to anybody, and then all of a sudden they find the goal.
Hey, Gio. Can you walk us through what you talked about in the locker room with the guys? Chara mentioned how disappointing it was, and you guys have a 7-day stretch with travel for your next match. What is the message going forward to rally?
Yeah, I mean, if we are, if we analyze this game without emotions, there's a lot of good things that we did that are continuing to be the progression of us as a team to be a strong team. So I think that is a positive. There's going to happen sometimes that there's going to be teams that are going to come and close themselves and become a little bit more complicated. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. But the management of the game in the majority of the minutes, we did very, very well. The thing is always, you feel like, even though you don't break them down and you had a good play, you cannot concede a second to allow a team to be able to find that moment to then get 3 points, especially at home. So the effort is there. The togetherness to work hard and give everything and be, and execute the things that we ask is always there. So for me, I cannot ask more from the players in regards to that. But still with that, we cannot allow them, a team to come here and be able to win at the last second of the game the way they did when we had full control of everything that we had until that point. So that is what is frustrating. And that's what probably Diego said as well. As a player, as coaching staff, when you manage very well an entire match and at the last second you concede a goal because it was just a little bit mismanagement, then all that effort that you put in as a team, it gets you to a frustrated place. And that, all the players are feeling that. We coaching staff, we're feeling that. And it's because we are so together and the group is so good and that we play now much, much better. I think that's why the frustration comes even more. But then there's little things that we have to look into it. Did we support enough Nia's goal that we put in more players? At the end of the day, I analyze myself, in the things that I could have done better because I think it's always the case. We win the game and we look like genius. That's the way, unfortunately, this sport is. So it's about a moment, a second, and we didn't manage that second well.
Hey, Gio. Sorry. Last, 2 questions. One, kind of break down how difficult Minnesota was. It even looked like you switched Moreno and Esprilla at 20th minute or so. And then the second is, what are your future plans to see Blanco possibly starting?
Yeah, I mean, we have to continue to see, first of all, the substitution we made because we felt that some of them got tired. Esprilla started to look a little tired, even though he's always, an engine and strong. He started to look tired. I thought Santi started looking a little bit also that his ankle was hurting a little bit, and that's why he wasn't moving as as fluid as we thought. And then it's about trying to understand now Seba and Evander together, and that was the other thing, So we threw it in there to try to see how it's going to play out, and how what can we expect. So how we're going to move forward, we continue to analyze things, and as we move forward, we'll try different things in the system, in the principles, in the base that we already have. But also Seba hasn't played with Evander in practice even enough. So these are things that we have to continue to look into, and how to make it better, how to progress, and especially makes it more difficult when you play against a team that kind of bunker a little bit, and as a strategy you knew they came here to be able to counter. If the game would have finished tie, I'm sure they would have been very, very happy.
All right, we'll wrap it there.
Thank you.